ever get off your bike and just sit there for a second? Not checking your phone, not in a rush, just sitting. Because something about that ride felt different. If that's happened to you, then this video is going to make a little too much sense. You ever go back to something that you used to do and realize it didn't change? You did. I've been riding sport bikes for a long time. I had one in my late 20s into my late 30s and been back on one the last few years, so this isn't new. But the way it feels now, that's new. Back then it was simple, fun, fast, that's it. Now I think about it even when I'm not riding. And not in a I want to ride kind of way. More like, what's that feeling? Because it's not just adrenaline and it's not just speed. It's something deeper. And I don't think I'm the only one noticing it. You see guys our age getting into sport bikes or coming back to them, and people love to label it midlife crisis, trying to feel young again. Now, I don't buy that shit, because most of us have already done hard things. We're not just chasing difficulty. So this isn't about that. This is about why something that used to be simple starts to feel real. And if you felt that, then you already know. You're not just doing this forever. This is chosen now, not assumed. It's not just that time is limited, it's that you can feel it now. Back then, riding was loud. Now, it's quieter and somehow heavier. You were younger, it was all about the outside of it. Speed, sound, how it looked. Now, it's internal. It's how focused you get, how everything else drops out. You're not thinking about anything else. Not work, not stress, not responsibilities. You're just there. And that's rare, because life doesn't give you that very often anymore. Everything else is layered. Noise, distraction, constant input. But on a sport bike, there's no room for that. You either pay attention or you fucking don't. And I think that's why it hits harder now, because you recognize how rare that feeling is. It's not about going fast. It's about being completely present. And when you've lived life long enough to know how hard that is to find, you don't take it lightly. The bike didn't change. You did. And that changes everything. When you were younger, you didn't bring much with you when you rode. But now, you bring your whole life. Everything you've been through. Everything you've learned. Everything you've lost and everything you've built. And it's all sitting there quietly in the background. So when you ride now, it's not just riding. It's you, as you are now, experiencing it. More aware, more grounded. And honestly, more honest. You're not trying to impress anybody anymore. You don't need to mean something. But somehow, it ends up meaning more. This is the part that nobody really says out loud. Life gets safe, structured, predictable. And that's not a bad thing. That's what you built. But there's a trade-off. You lose a certain edge. Not recklessness, but sharpness. That feeling where what you're doing actually matters in the moment. And a sport bike brings that back. Not in a stupid way, not in a reckless way. In a real way. Every decision matters. Every movement matters. And that pulls you out of that numb autopilot feeling. You can't half pay attention. You can't drift. You're either in it or you're not. And when you've spent years handling responsibilities, routines, and everything else, that kind of clarity, well, it feels rare. Addictive even. People will still call it a midlife crisis. Let them, because from the outside it probably looks like that, but they're missing it. This isn't you trying to go backwards. You can't go backwards. You wouldn't even want to. This is you seeing things clearly, understanding what matters to you without all the noise, and choosing it. That's not regression. That's clarity. So, no, it's not really about the bike. It never was. That's just the thing that brings it out. The real question is, why does it feel the way it does now? And I think the answer is simple. You've lived enough to recognize something real when you feel it. And when something cuts through everything else, noise, stress, responsibility, all of it, you don't ignore that. Not anymore, because now you understand something you didn't before. You don't get unlimited chances to feel something real. So when you do, you hold on to it.